and welcome to Celebrity Friday. I am Jumoke Alaode James. With me are my beautiful co-hosts. Hello, ladies. How are you?
I'm good. It was a very cool Friday morning. I didn't want to get out of my bed. I was just snooze, 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 and snooze it till it was impossible to sleep anymore. My husband was like, they go work today? I said, really? I'm on the show. I'm on the show. I'm on the show. And I was hurrying down. Then Nima called me that she had traffic. I said, today, but I enjoyed the night. I had a very good night rest. It was good.
Good. Nima, how are you?
Nima is not fine.
What's wrong?
Traffic.
Can't leave home every day before 6 and get to work late just because somebody did not clear the drainages and the area is flooded. The entire Ojo Amo office is flooded. Whoever is in charge of it should do something about it. Lagos is beyond Central, Alausa and Lekki. Lagos, that area is also
Lekki
Lagos.
is flooded too.
That area is also Lagos, and it's always happening like that because nobody does the drainages over there. You know, they see the work of government from Lekki, and
I think
it's
Nima
worse
hasn't
down
been
there.
to Lekki
It's
in
worse
a bit.
down there.
We swim in VI and
It's also
Lekki
worse
also.
down there. We don't build our houses with 30 million naira down there. It's the common people who live down there who needs government intervention.
Okay,
Please,
government, please help
Please do
Nima.
something. I can't be coming. I tried to bypass traffic and I kept.
I beg you, don't do, madam.
into the water.
We'll talk about it in the papers.
I don't
I have an answer to that that thing she's talking about because it's in the papers, flood. However, today is my son's birthday. Yay! He woke up 4 a.m. this morning. This is the boy that around normally I delay them, like sometimes I wake them up 5:30 p.m., 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. sometimes. This one, he woke up, went straight to the bathroom, brushed his teeth, showered, mommy. I said, hey, this birthday is very interesting, because they finished their exams yesterday. So I'm sure, he said most of his friends, they're coming to school just because of his birthday. If not, they don't want to come to school. I said, okay. So we've not delivered the cake yet.
Happy birthday to him.
Matter.
We're waiting for the cake.
Oh,
I wish him long life.
And he got a free cake from his one of my friends.
Oh,
very
that's
massive
very good.
cake.
Are you
I said,
serious?
"Yo, it's so special."
Okay, it's a fun ride all the way on today's show. But first, we go through the front pages of the newspapers. See you after this short break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We take the front pages of the newspapers, and this morning we start with the Punch. Major headline: APC set for stormy neck meeting today. Buhari, Osinbajo, Saraki, Dogara, Tinubu to attend. Odige Oyegun, Atiku beg members to embrace peace. Boko Haram kills 145 in Borno mosques, villages. Buhari fires DGDSS. Service chiefs may go. Petrol scarcity returns to Lagos. IG redeploys Ogun. Rivers CPs. Some governors yet to declare assets. CCB, that's the Code of Conduct Bureau. And finally, our oil vandals boat killed 6 Lagos pupils. There's a picture of school children at the internally displaced persons camp in Abuja on Thursday. I like the story of some governors yet to declare assets. The Code of Conduct Bureau was saying that governors, some of them haven't declared their assets based on ignorance. They do not know that they're not supposed to start work. They're not even supposed to be sworn in until their assets have been declared.
Please let me ask. Ignorance on whose part? I
On the
asked
part
the
of the
question.
governors.
The governors, it's not about, even if I claim ignorance of the rules and regulation of traffic, and I take a one-way road, there's somebody whose job is to ensure that my ignorance does not interfere with the laws of the land. If the government or the governor claims ignorance and has not declared, and it's a month down the line, and he or she, everybody, all the governors are male, have been governing their states then the Code of Conduct Bureau should be held accountable instead of just announcing in papers. I don't like when stories make headlines when they should actually be prosecuted one way or the other.
Okay.
No,
They cannot claim ignorance of the constitution
No.
under which they were sworn in. They
May
are
I
governors.
clarify?
Now,
May I clarify? Ignorance based on the thing that they can do it within 3 months. They don't know that they ought to have done it before they were sworn in. Go ahead.
Okay, let me land on
the
my-
president was sworn in now, and they just
He had done it before he was sworn in.
But they didn't make it public. So we
It,
don't
no,
know
the
law is
constitution doesn't say to make it public.
Okay, at least declare it.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nima.
Okay, now let me land on my point. I still stand on the fact that they cannot claim ignorance of that section of the law that requires them to do it before swearing in. Now, if somebody had laid precedent, which the president had done, it's even, clears the fact that they cannot claim ignorance of it. Now, I see it as impeachable. This is where the House of Assembly comes in, because when the governor has been sworn in, he gets immunity from, criminal actions. But then the House of Assembly can say to him, if you do not declare within a few weeks, this is what will happen. And then, get them on their feet. We can't just have, abuse of rule of law from governors and all that.
But you know
within
that
power.
someone said to us, on this table that the, state houses of assembly, they're just
Unfortunately.
rubber stamps.
Unfortunately.
Moving on to our next paper, The Nation. Major headline: Buhari to Saraki, Dogara. I am for party supremacy. APC's neck meets today. Man disappears over wife's third set of twins. Boko Haram kills 148 in Borno village. First class air tickets cost more as FIRS raises new taxes. New police commissioners for Lagos, Ogun, Rivers. Human angle, they are laughing.
We need to talk about it.
I read the story, and this young lady, her name, I can't remember her name. She's 34 years old.
Ruth.
Ruth. The man, Uche,
He's
is at
39.
large.
He's
In case you find any Mr. Uche, please report him back to his wife. The man is 39, the woman is 34, and they have 3 sets of twins.
They had already previously had two sets.
They had 2 sets. They had 2 girls first. They had a boy and a girl. Now, he ran away in February.
While she was still pregnant.
While she was still pregnant.
And they did a scan
So
and
he waited a while.
They discovered that she had
From
twins.
February to now, I mean, it's a long time for him to plan. But you know what? She was claiming, in the story I read, she was saying that she had gone through traditional, what's it called, family planning, and the family planning failed.
not work.
I called my friend just before the show. The general hospitals, they said the family planning is free. Do you understand? So what is this hula baloo about saying that?
Is it ignorance?
It's not issue of even ignorance. I'm just
Then
saying
is
that
it-
it's just recklessness.
Hold on. Is it also poverty?
The man is a factory worker.
Uche is a factory worker.
She is a teacher in a private school. And I'm saying that it is recklessness. She's a teacher. She should even know better than to even say that she's claiming that traditional means
we
did
are
not
married
work.
women. We know that to resolve family issues like that, it has to be, in consensus with your husband.
Why did the man now run
Cool
away?
down. That is what we get when, the woman is trying to convince him, things are taking time. The social implication of this thing is beyond just, blaming the woman. For me, there's no light, no power, no job. The man will console himself with his wife.
I would totally
Wait
blame
now.
the woman. I would totally.
You
and I would
can't,
always,
she can't see. No,
Can I say
You can't blame the
I
woman
disagree,
alone,
Tope.
Tope. You have to blame both
No
the man
way.
and the woman.
No
They are
way.
both, it was a reckless move.
The,
Actually.
Okay.
the woman herself is now having to take care of 6 children. I will blame the woman. It is you that goes through pregnancy. People are asking me, you've not had anything after the 2 boys. And I tell them, it is not anybody's responsibility. At my 6 weeks checkup, I went to the hospital. I did not say, Mark, should I take family planning? Immediately, they advised me that if you don't do it, you will get pregnant. I went straight and I did
Thank
family
your
planning.
God, you married your
Oh,
husband.
okay.
I feel
Some
that
women will
women
do
need
it, there will be implications in their marriage.
I'm not saying you should
Tope.
rebel, but you must understand the fact that your life is at risk when you have children back to back. You're having twins back to back 3 times. The fact that she's alive is a miracle.
She's lucky.
Okay, it's not back to back, Sha.
lucky.
Her first
No,
twins
it's
are
2
way
years.
older.
No, it's 2 years in
That's
between
family
now.
planning now.
Okay. Okay.
She predicts that the children will come again to be twins.
Okay,
I hope you are hearing me, okay?
God is blessing
So you better run away.
in their own church that they don't even do family planning.
so-
Oh, you think I won't help myself?
Multiply.
Moving on to Vanguard, our next paper. Major headline: APC crisis. Our case against Dogara and co. Gbajabiamila's group. Lagos boat mishap. I wish my son listened. Victim's mother. I have no hand in transfer of Boko Haram prisoners to Anambra. Obiano. Federal government appoints Lawal Daura, acting DG of DSS. And finally, Boko Haram kills another 100 in Borno villages. Yeah, I'd like to talk about Daura. Who read the story?
The DSS.
The new, yes,
I'd like to talk
the new
about
DSS DG.
I read the story, and for me, it's
Why
not
is he
surprising.
from the north?
Why is he from the
why
north? Let me
can't
tell
he-
you. They said Obasanjo just time. He picked somebody from his
Yoruba
own
man.
this thing.
Oga
Jonah picked his own from his own
Epeyon.
side. So you pick. No, the truth is
You
that
pick
it's a
the one
very,
you are most
of course, now,
convenient with.
it's a very sensitive position, Jumoke. I didn't expect that our president would work with this new, with the previous
previous-
this thing. I was expecting that he was going to change. In short, I thought he would have changed them a long time
Since.
ago. You know, even the service chiefs, they say that. According to the report, they're saying that there might be some, changing. I think it's a good thing because you have to work with that. Those positions are too sensitive.
let me take-
He must work with the people that he trusts the most.
Let me take one story with the Boko Haram killing 100 people.
In Borno
Again.
villages.
Now, the service chiefs, they are long overdue for change. If somebody is holding a position and we don't get results over time, change them, put some people there. Let's try another set of
Epeyon
people.
was just employed in 2014.
Change him. The reason is because 6 weeks before elections, we saw results. A month after swearing in, we've not been getting results. Instead, Boko Haram is getting stronger and more people are getting killed every day. We have suicide bombers every day. We saw a picture of a child. You know, the way they
Yesterday.
attack these villages, these things shouldn't just continue. Now, the military base has been moved to Maiduguri. Now, it's happening right under their noses, and these things are happening. So somebody should,
But I
leave the
must
place for
say
someone else to
that
come and work magic.
Being that the vice president has been to Borno and Yola, there's a first-hand view of the crisis on ground. So we might
So
see
they are
more,
going to tackle very.
yes, we'll
Okay,
see
moving
more.
on to Daily Sun, our next paper. National leadership. We rejected Tinubu's deal. That's the major headline. PDP reveals how ex-Lagos governor Lawan Gbajabiamila reached out for support. Boko Haram kills over 100 in multiple attacks in Borno. Lagos boat mishap. 6 bodies of missing pupils recovered. CP removed over Ikorodu robbery. There's a major picture. Flood takes over. Submerged commercial bus being pushed out of Ikorodu Road after heavy rain in Lagos yesterday. Did you realize that
this flood.
Ikorodu is flooding?
Can I say something?
Lekki,
Jumoke?
VI,
Can I say
Where are the
Ikeja.
pictures
I
from?
looked
Ojo.
at.
Where are the pictures?
I was coming back. Calm down. I was coming back from church, from school yesterday on Oregun Road. That road that leads to the secretariat. I saw plastic bottles
Floating.
littered everywhere. So it is. You see,
Whose fault
I
is
don't
that?
have a problem with the state government declaring sanitation Saturday, but it is sanitation that we have these days. A sanitation that everybody just sleep and you snore in your house until 10 o'clock. You get up and we don't have anybody cleaning anything. I told you the last time that it rained heavily. My husband had to call 767 because the entire bridge on this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was flooded. Now you see people in the cars. I think they should make it a punishable offense, Jumoke. If you see anybody throwing anything out of the windows of their car, pursue that person and arrest that person and take the person to the this thing. The litters that we have is too enormous. You have gutters that are not functional because they are blocked. So it is not only the government working. We need to also take responsibility of this flooding. The rains will increase more. What are we doing about it?
True, but
Can we
who are-
note,
wait, let me
note that Lagos is predominantly beneath water, as in the sea level? The larger
point.
area of Lagos is beneath sea level.
Does that mean
means
that we
flood
can't
is
drain?
No, flood is unavoidable, but drainage is important. So let us expect flood, but clear our drainages that they would flow out. There would
I
always
wanted
be flood.
to talk about the Lagos mishap. That's boats.
Yes, I read this story.
I wanted, and
They
we are
said
running
that,
out of time.
The parents, they were just praying and begging the rescuers that if they could find at least the body, let them just see their children. And they were, luckily for them,
They
but he
found
said
them.
when they found the bodies, the parents could not, you cannot help see that kind of a thing. They broke down and they were crying. It's painful, but at least they were able to recover the remaining 6 missing bodies that they
According
found.
to the
I have a
traditional ruler
question.
of the place, he said the boat that hit, the other boat that hit that
It's
boat
a
carried them
bunk.
was a oil bunkering boat.
bunkering
You know,
boat.
busy doing illegal work and trying to escape.
I have a question. question though. They weren't wearing life jackets.
We saw that yesterday.
Whose responsibility is it to ensure that no boat leaves, especially with pupils?
I think it's supposed to be at the jetties.
It's the jetty point
I
now.
think now the federal government has to take it seriously.
That's not federal.
The state
Local
government,
government.
whatever government has to take it seriously, that they keep an officer at the jetty to ensure that everybody that goes on those boats.
I've taken those
Wait.
jetties before. I said it yesterday. When they started, they were enforcing the
So now they
life
can start
jackets.
it again.
They were enforcing them. I'm sure they relaxed because, you know, they get money from the boats and all that and let them
Moving
go.
on to our final
So they
paper
shouldn't
this
relax.
morning, The Guardian. Buhari dismantles Jonathan's structure, appoints Lawal Musa Daura as DSS DG. APC's neck in crisis meeting. Gunmen kill 134 in fresh Borno attacks. Bodies of 6 pupils in both mishap recovered. Owo Shenid replaces Aderanti as Lagos CP.
I want to talk about that.
In a few seconds, because we have to run
because
off.
I'm always saying that there must be punishment for wrong actions. In the past few months, we've had consistent robberies
Ikorodu,
in Lagos State generally, particularly the Ikorodu one. I'm trying to rush because it's every few seconds. Now, based on the Ikorodu robbery, he's been moved. I'm happy, not because I'm happy gloating over him, but I feel that everybody occupying any position of leadership in this country should know that you're supposed to do your job, and when you don't do it, there will be consequences.
Said was that they are trying to see how they can now re-strategize and bring more security, intelligence. So the new person is supposed to be, you know,
if he doesn't do his job,
they move him out.
They'll move.
Okay, we hope that he does his job. That's all on Front Page Review. Next, we discuss what would you do about your partner's bad habits. Would you try to change it? That's on Hot Topic. And we have our celebrity in the house. We'll take a short break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. According to reports, a Hollywood actress, Jennifer Garner, ended her marriage to Ben Affleck because she was fed up with his gambling and drinking habits. The couple announced their split in a joint statement. According to a licensed marriage and family therapist, Lisa Barr, your addiction quickly becomes a third party in your marriage. Addiction on any level, social media, food, alcohol, drugs, shopping or gambling, can sour a marriage fast. Should bad habits ruin marriages? Please join the conversation by calling 07080668014 or tweeting to us at YourViewTVC. Uwa and Nima will be reading our tweets this morning. I used to like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Are they going to get back together now? Don't mind me.
I want to jump in. You see, I believe that, and I'll go back to the foundation. You know, we were discussing about marriage issues recently, and I'll say that no woman should get married to a man with bad habits. No, without expecting him to change after marriage.
Okay.
If whatever you cannot cope with in marriage, whatever you cannot love in the marriage and accept in the marriage, you should not accept it before marriage. Don't get into a marriage with somebody that has bad habits you cannot stand. Thinking it will change.
Okay. I wanted to ask you that. I have a bad habit of always going for meetings late. And my partner cannot stand it.
And he's trying to get you to change.
And
if you don't change, he will accept you like that.
Like.
You have to agree on something. See, I must say something. Marriage counseling, I have 2 people getting married in my office that work with me. And I've been telling them, attend marriage counseling classes, because one of the things I did during counseling was to state your expectations. What do you expect from him? What does he expect from you? What are you willing to compromise for him? What is he going to compromise for you? And I was willing to accept it. If you cannot love him with all those bad habits, then don't get into marriage. And if I don't get it. I believe a lot of the situation of marriage right now is really, really.
That's the ideal.
You don't agree?
I don't agree. I believe everybody is a package. When you fall in love, you accept the person.
That's what I'm saying. You accept it.
Unfortunately, I wanted to land my point. When you were giving Jumoke's example, it's the other way around. You accept the man's package,
and you change your
and
own.
you change your own package. In our African setting, that's the reality. Your husband and your husband's family, who are supposed to, who you are living yours for, who are accepting you, will keep saying to you that, okay, you are too lazy, or you don't cook well, or you don't this well, or you don't that well, but your husband is supposed to be a package who you are supposed to accept. That's the problem, and it's in the society. That's when I read this
How
topic.
can we change it?
it has to be between yourself and your husband. If you're accepting him as a whole package, I think it's fair that it should be reciprocated. He accepts you, and make sure his family accepts you
Just the way,
you are.
Do you agree?
Now, bad habits is relative. For you, the one you talked about, I don't think that is bad habit.
Lateness. Hey.
Bad habit is actually relative.
It breaks some homes. Oh.
You know, some
missing flights all the time.
it's relative, Jumoke. You might fall in love with someone because he's a heavy smoker. To someone else, the person, I cannot tolerate smoking. So it depends on what you call bad habit. However, having said that, I think that in any marriage, everybody should go into marriage very, very sensitive spiritually. You have to be prayerful about marriage because it is not every case. I've seen cases of getting married to someone that is terrible. And when you say somebody is bad, he's womanizer, he's this, and at the end of the day, he turned around for in short, became a pastor self. And wait now, let me land my point. Became a saint. And some other person would get married to this same person, and that one went to the very extreme, and I mean, it couldn't be reconciled. You understand? So I'm saying that whatever it is that you have as your ideology, I don't think it should be beyond what God's plan is. God was the same person that sent a prophet to go and marry a prostitute. Do you understand? So I think that every marriage, you should go into every marriage spiritually conscious of what it is that God's plan for your life is. What will work for me will not work for Nima.
Okay.
So that's my point.
What I'm getting from you is that bad habits shouldn't ruin marriages. Especially if you have come to terms with them before you get married.
I don't think I have a problem with marrying someone that has a bad habit. Do you understand? Maybe because all the things that have happened that I have seen around my life have always geared towards the positive. Yes, it started off like bad habits, blah, 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 but it changed for the best.
My opinion on the matter is that whatever my weaknesses are, I should find somebody whose strengths are in that area so that two of us become one. You understand? So if I am a latecomer all the time and you are very punctual, you being in my life is going to make me punctual.
You are talking about bad habits and you are just dealing with the... We're talking about gambling. Somebody that gambles every income, gambles your mortgage, gambles your house, gambles the car, even possible wants to gamble the children, and you're saying you can positive out of it.
Can I say something
about that gambling? Did he just start
the
gambling now?
Can I say that something about gambling?
No, he must have been gambling before they got married. Were you willing to accept that gambling before getting married? Did you love him enough to accept it before marriage? Then you should be willing to say that. For me, my own style is to lay the card on the table.
What if he's just started gambling after the marriage? You know, people grow into things.
Into bad habits.
Yes.
When it comes up as a growth that you didn't plan for.
Yes.
The point is, if the marriage is right, that is communication, and what you know, we've analyzed that marriage is based on communication. If the marriage is right, based on communication, and you see there's a problem, you bring in a professional counselor to help resolve it.
I was going to talk about gambling.
I wanted to answer Tope about that gambling. Let me tell you something. Like I said, bad habits are relative. If I know that I have a husband that gambles, I will be a very smart woman. We've had cases of women that will say that the man has no clue where the money is.
I don't want to say
okay, that's what you wanted to say.
I mean, you can help someone, but you see, the thing about us is that we want to help somebody. We want to be very aggressive about the help. Help it. No, hold on.
Let me disagree.
Let me explain. Helping someone that you love is actually going like 10 miles ahead of that person. You know that this person will eventually do this thing. So you have gone 15 miles to go and wait for the person. Do you understand?
I was going to come from a spiritual angle. I'll let you talk, Nima, to say that if I meet somebody who gambles and I've never gambled in my life, I will take it as a responsibility that God brought me into that person's life for a particular reason. Eventually, you will stop gambling.
Spirituality is very key. We're not living in a physical world.
Not everybody are Christians and Muslims. Some are not Christians. Some are not Muslims.
I didn't mention any particular religion.
If you don't have a religion and you meet a gambler and you cannot cope with it, you will walk away. I am saying, from my point of view as a spiritual person, if I meet a gambler, I will face it that this is the problem God has asked me to come and solve in your life.
Okay, Jumoke, I'm religious, but I'll go traditional. Our mothers were not extremely religious. I had an uncle who would take his first month's salary, drink away with it, and not provide for his family. And my mother taught his wife that when he's very drunk, the first day of the month, check his pockets and take all the money.
Okay.
and provide for your children. And she did that for 10 years until he realized that he was always broke and said, anytime I go to the club, I'm always broke. I'll stop drinking. And he realized on his own. The reality is that he turned around on his own. The woman left him with that problem, knowing she cannot change him, because if she tried, she always gets beaten. And then she faced what she came into that marriage to do.
So
her children, and provided for her children.
I don't agree.
No, I'm very much. See,
Okay,
let me tell you, as much as I support praying, which is something I did, I believe that praying should be at the beginning.
Thank you.
When you're laying the foundation.
Before the marriage.
I started praying for the kind of husband I married at 16. That is when you lay the foundation. But leave prayer. Let's come to reality.
Some people don't. Some people
Prayer,
have not
hold
prayed. Wait, Nima.
Hold on. Let me apologize to the viewers that we cannot receive phone calls right now. Our phone lines are not good. Please tweet in. We'd like to hear from you. Go ahead.
Jumoke, let me tell Nima something. There are some people that have made mistakes. They didn't pray from foundation.
What
You
do they?
stop saying that if somebody did not pray from foundation, there's problem. You can pray from halfway, middle way. The prayer, listen, it's one God we are. Listen, when I believe strongly in prayer.
Let me explain what you don't understand about prayer.
Let her finish.
By the time you kneel down, halfway into the prayer, something will correct in the realm of the spirit.
Amen.
And let me tell Tokwe something. Marriage is not a physical thing.
It's
Marriage is a spiritual thing. And if you want to go into marriage, you must
ordained by
go in
God.
Yes, you must go in it with a very, very spiritually conscious mind.
Okay.
Now, like I said before, whatever it is, I am not planning to change that person, because it is not in my power to change the person. The person that created the person will change the person.
Okay,
Good
Nima,
point. But one of the
let's take
secrets
tweets.
of prayers is that when you pray, you approach it with patience as a Muslim.
Okay.
Of course.
You are
As a Christian
most
also,
women.
it's the
No,
same
no, you people, you cast it and you want it to be
No.
You approach
You
it
are
with a
casting
lot
the
of
devil. You are
patience.
not casting your husband.
Uh-huh.
When you come to your husband, you come with patience.
You will pray today and never get tired, and pray 10 years down the line and you never get tired of asking God the same thing until your miracle comes.
Yes.
That's what I know. And while we are at it, find a way, like the auntie, and train your children so that they don't
Wisdom is profitable to direct. I understand where it's coming from. I'm saying that before marriage, you should
lay the foundation.
You should be clear about what you want. You love this person. Mariah said something, and I'm going to just parrot what she said, that she's willing to forgive her. She had planned, she had been told to forgive her husband in advance for anything he does. So whatever bad habit comes up, you're already forgiven him. That means divorce is out of the option. We find a solution at all costs. Then you can bring in spirituality. Then you can bring in wisdom. But you must be aware of everything going on.
Let's take tweets.
And love.
Streetwise says, kindly note that bad habits is different from addiction. As regards gambling, they won't fidget. Fagbero Olatunde says, bad habit should not ruin someone's marriage, because marriage is meant for enjoyment and not for war. Okay. Abayomi Ibrahim says, Tokwe, you need to take a look at the issues from both angles, psychologically and spiritually.
Romy Ima says, some bad habits are hidden during courtship. More of pretense.
Thank you.
Additional Peter says, everyone has got bad habits. It's really, marriage needs a lot of understanding, love, and endurance to survive. Additional Peters also said, if the bad habits are so terrible that you can't stand them, don't marry.
Nima.
There are things you look out for during courtship.
Timothy took my modem, so the one that's working here is not.
Lesson
I
learned.
still have more tweets.
Lesson learned.
Be wise, be prayerful, be patient, and love.
Finally, we move on to.
She can't wait for the guest to come.
The guest has to come and tell us.
Yes, I want to hear his own view, actually, which is why we're inviting him. Next, our celebrity guest takes the couch. See you after this short break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Gbenga Adeyinka is one of the top acts in the Nigerian comedy industry. He's one comedian who gets you laughing and laughing and laughing. His comedy and music shows are one of the leading upscale comedy events that continues to gather greater momentum and win the hearts of many fans. Welcome, Gbenga Adeyinka.
Thank you very much for having me.
What's that?
I'm scared now. In between four beautiful ladies.
Don't worry, you're safe amongst
You
us.
know that part of the Bible that says, blessed are you amongst women,
Yeah.
has just come to pass in my life.
Okay, we'd like your opinion on bad habits and addictions. Should it ruin marriages?
I think I've always said that if a marriage succeeds, it's the woman. If it fails, it's the woman.
So much responsibility.
Yes, so much responsibility, but that's how it is. The woman has to be
Mother,
the mother,
father.
has to be the sister, has to be the father. It's a lot of responsibility.
Friend, wife.
That's why I respect women a lot. Then to the issue of change, nobody can change anybody. But with time, the man will realize that this is killing him. If the woman, and you see the thing about a woman nagging her husband continuously, saying, do this, do that, you must, it makes him develop a thick skin. Like you've all agreed, one of the best things to do is pray. But then it all comes to the man. The man must be willing to change. Everybody has a bad habit. Everybody. I was telling my friend back there that, but if to say that bad habit, the tete they enter every time, the woman don't go complain. But you see, for me, the family is a very complex thing, and thank God I'm a man.
Only the guidance, only the guidance of God can make one.
Only the
succeed
guidance
at it.
of God and the patience of the woman.
I agree.
Because we men are hot-headed, we like wala, we like gobe and all that, but women just are the stabilizing factor.
Let us come down to you, Benga Adeyinka. I have known you since I was like this.
Yes, but I'm scared of women too now. I'll tell you why.
Oh yeah, why?
What a man can do, a woman can do better. This one that people are putting snake on your neck and rubbing us anyhow. I'm scared though. So this is why I'm not moving too close to you or too close to you. I don't know what you want to steal from me now.
People have trained commissioner for police and you are still not comfortable.
Abi?
I'm scared of you women.
Do you want a female commissioner of police in Lagos?
Anyone that will not allow you women rob us.
But it was just one woman amongst many men.
But what a man can do, a woman can do better. What a woman has not done cannot be done.
I agree. Okay, you went to University of Lagos.
Yes.
My alumni.
Without
I know you must mention that.
Without any apologies, the best university in the world.
You know, the first
And
amongst the rest.
Yes, no.
And then you were at theater.
Did anybody go to last year? Let me sing one song we used to sing for last students for you.
You better don't let me sing my
Sọ̀rọ̀ University Obolodi Bẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́.
yín lásù ẹgbọ́n o.
Ọmọ oṣù náà tún tẹ̀lé. Àrífín èyí ti pọ̀jù. I don't understand English. Google it.
Okay,
Let me not give you your reply.
Please don't, I beg.
Let me know because
I
I'm
knew you
fasting.
many years back as a comedian. You have evolved into music, into a TV host, into MC in major events. You've traveled far and wide. You are a polyglot. How did Benga Adeyinka that Jumoke knew as a child, being a comedian, become this new person that you are?
It's a hunger-inspired project.
Yeah.
I always tell people that the desire not to go hungry is what pushes me. I think it pushes a lot of people too. And I also believe that if I was abroad, like a lot of people, I'll be doing 1, 2, 3 jobs to make ends meet. So why don't I just do that here in Nigeria? And I also believe that you must always develop yourself. The day you stop developing yourself is the day you die. You know, so for me, when people say you do this and you do that, I tell them I've not done anything yet. Because as long as there's money to be made, I'm going to keep along.
But we're not going to see you becoming Caitlin Adeyinka. Because that is what is bringing in a lot of money these days now.
If you need me to do a comedy series that will make me look like her, now I'm confused. Him or her?
Let's get serious. We know you're a comedian, but let's get serious on this issue of the Caitlin. What's your opinion? And how far do you think people, trying to replicate it with pictures and all that, trying to make comedy out of it, will go to make it popular?
I think a comedian should be given his a license to use his material. But then every human being knows that God, and there's God for all of us, created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And God never makes a mistake. This might be my personal opinion. If God created you to be a man, for goodness sake, be a man. You can have your idiosyncrasies. You can. Growing up, I had a friend. I hope he's watching. We used to harass him so much. We used to call him Miss Larry. He was shaped like a woman. You know, he had the mannerisms of a woman, but everybody thought it was gay. But I knew and I know Larry. He was just comfortable being. I grew up with a lot of women in the home. I'm more comfortable with women. I have a lot of friends who are women, but that does not that does not make me want to be a woman. But then in America, I think they are too comfortable.
Do you agree with their same-sex marriage law?
I be wish.
I want to ask you something else. In Nigerian entertainment industry, we've seen a lot of, will I say, piration of comedy. We've seen a lot of, we've seen a lot of people that are saying jokes, popular comedians, making light of serious situations. Some have gotten hit on social media. What do you, I feel that comedians and celebrities are meant to be like role models to the society. What's your own take on people or celebrities saying that I have my life to live, I can do whatever I want to do, I should be able to live whatever, I can have three children from,
outside of wedlock.
I can have 3 children from 3 different women and I'm not married to any of them. I can smoke and put money and all sorts on my Instagram page. I can do anything I want to do. I'm free. It's my life.
See, the fact that you're a celebrity does not make you a role model. Okay. There are celebrities that I won't want my children to be like. There are celebrities that I would pray to God to make me become. We mistake fame for responsibility. But let's talk about materials first. Like I said when I started, every comedian has a right to his comic license. Every footballer has a right to his style. Sometimes we need to laugh at ourselves. We take ourselves too serious.
Yeah.
There was a time, and that's why I went to lose my stomach. When I was the butt of a lot of jokes, it helps us. But you see, when there's some things, for instance, I won't joke about Boko Haram. Because for me, there was a time my team said, oh, let's do some skits on Boko Haram. I said, it's a no-go zone. But you see, we can't all be like me. I have children, I have a wife, I know what is appropriate, I know what is not appropriate. But you see, the problem with that now also is that some people do it and they get away with it because you guys
The
laugh.
society accepts it.
I won't tell raw jokes to save my life.
And,
but some comedians tell raw jokes and they're
people
very
laugh.
popular because you laugh. So at the end of the day, you laugh and you throw it back at us. I don't do abuse comedy. I do what I call comparative comedy. But I know comedians who abuse and are getting paid for that. Yeah. So when you accept it, you now meet me and say, don't abuse me or don't abuse, and I go, you are the ones that made it acceptable. So why blame it for me? Why blame it on me? Then the issue of displaying money, I always tell people that empty barrels make a lot of noise. I've never seen Aliko Dangote
post
pictures of him with money and saying, Aliko living large, money things.
But that would be something to behold.
How much do we have?
Compared to these guys.
You know, I see Mayweather on Instagram showing off all the money in the world. He's not as rich as Jay-Z. You know, I think that is a poverty mentality that makes you want to show the world you are rich. Okay, you are rich. How does that benefit me? Does that change the price of rice in China? I only know you are rich when you pay the school fees of my children. You can write me a 20 million naira check and you don't shake. And there's nobody in the entertainment industry in Nigeria today that can do that without shaking. You will shake.
Do you mentor people?
I try my best to mentor as many people as I can.
You haven't taken me under you yet.
Your husband will be angry with me. I'm sorry about that.
No, but I want to ask another question in line of mentoring. Just a few days ago, we celebrated Alibaba's 50th, and we're
still celebrating. In fact, there's a maybe I'll pay airtime. There's a comedian hangout with Alibaba at the beach on Sunday.
I want to be there.
You know, you can't help but celebrate people who should be celebrated.
True.
Just like, sorry, let me say this so that people will think that people who think I always hit too hard will know that there are always two extremes.
Okay.
Alibaba will be celebrated because he has added value. There are some people who will not be celebrated because they have not added value.
No more shine shine bobo.
Hey, I see take a lot of shine. You want to put me in trouble?
Someone said, so what did you do?
Wait, let us release this.
I do a lot of exercises.
Fantastic.
I have dogs who like to exercise with me. So when I'm doing sit-ups, they are sitting on my stomach. But I just realized that a lot of us get lazy.
Yeah.
We just live day to day. I used to be Lekpa. You remember from Unilag now?
Yes, now.
I used to be Lekpa.
They said that middle age spread, middle age. There's
Yes,
nothing you can do about it.
Lifestyle changes.
No, it's
But how do Oyinbo know they spread?
See, all the people selling that sold Ukwobi to me. Ukwobi, pepper soup, asu. Whenever
What are
I'm
you going to do to
exercising,
them?
I'm cussing them.
Okay,
I have a tweet for
let's
you.
say tweet.
Matthew
Gideon.
Oladipo Toyib says, no doubt the comedy hero is on air. Kudos. Bros, how many bottles do you take to reach your limit? Well, it's because of this your pot belly.
I know this one has reduced.
When you
though.
know they again.
How many bottles? I always tell people to drink responsibly.
True.
What is good for you is not good for me.
Mayot says bad habits. No. Oluwatosi says bad habit.
Oh, yeah, someone, Uche
My oga at the
Rose
top.
says, please help me ask Ogagbenga where he's from. Please, and kindly retweet.
Most importantly, I tell people that I'm a Nigerian. I don't like the only thing I would change if I become president of Nigeria is state of origin.
Are you going to go into politics?
Obviously.
Oh, you don't know that he's sending towards it already. This polyglot thing, Benga, how do you do it?
I grew up in Surulere. When I was growing up, Surulere was called New Lagos. So I had a lot of friends. I had friends from different tribes. One language that I loved the most that I ended up not picking is the Benue language. When I went to serve, I loved Tiv so much. In Somevahin Yawam, Unsukbishi. I love that language so much, but I couldn't pick it. I think it's something that comes to you.
So it's a gift.
It's a gift, yes.
Okay.
So now you
So
don't
how
know.
many
languages do you speak now?
I don't know.
Okay, they say I should ask you. Sadiq Issa Gombe says, why Benga the first?
Well, when I started, my people didn't want me to do comedy. They will say, we send you to the best schools in this country. You still want to be Baba Salah or Lord Maje. And I decided that if I'm going to do this, I have to be the first at what I do.
Okay.
When I got married, I hated the idea of senior and junior. And I wanted my son to be Benga Denka too. So I'm Benga Denka the first, is Benga Denka the second.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's
I wanted to ask a question because you said something about your parents taking you to one of the best schools. Now, what's your take about celebrities like, probably going into a competition, abandoning their education? Do you think that where you are today, education had a major role, to play in how you have put yourself together? And what's your advice to people that want to drop out of school for entertainment?
Education will not make you a better entertainer, will not make you a better president, will not make you a better whatever, but it grounds you.
Wow.
It helps you make those important decisions. It will make you funnier than you should be, but will help you know that this is appropriate, this is not appropriate. Sure. An entertainer that is not educated is living with a gun to his head. Because at the end of the day, you're going to come to a situation where you're supposed to sign a contract and you don't even know the implication of what you're signing. And that's why a lot of people, I'm sorry if I'm casting aspersion, who don't have that much education, believe that they can throw money to compensate for that. I think that the best thing you can do for yourself, even if your parents didn't have the luxury of sending you to school, is continuously better yourself. You don't have to be in the four walls of a university or secondary school to be educated.
Attend courses?
Attend courses. I have a friend, Ake Sugar, Sugar Band. Whenever we're at shows, he will tell me, bros, I beg. And he's online in a class getting educated. And I look at him and say, come, this boy is probably one of the most successful, has one of the most successful bands in Nigeria. Money is not this guy's problem. Why does he keep
Educating himself.
bettering himself? You know, you can't help, there's not, if anything, you should not stop bettering yourself. Otherwise,
One day you go out of relevance.
Very true.
You are
very
also
true. Thank you
a
so much for that.
special commentator and a producer. Gbenga, what do you know they do?
How long have you been married?
I've been married for 22 years.
How old are you?
To the same woman. My father left when I was very young. I grew up with my grandmother. And one of the most painful parts of my life is when I get to school and I see people's fathers come to drop them. My grandmother tried. The driver was always dropping me in school. So I told myself then that I'll get married very early. I'll give my kids what my father never gave me. And so for me, immediately I graduated. In fact, people came to my wedding to be sure that
It was true.
it was true. I just say you married. Okay, I just make a confirm. You know, so I've been married to a beautiful woman, one woman, for 20.
How come you've been eating egusi soup all 22 years?
And you are
Why do you keep
satisfied?
the love
You don't
going?
want to go
This is the
back
kind of
down.
stories I want to hear. You know?
Put me in trouble.
Kehinde Ayibo Biowu says, Uncle Gbenga, why did you run away from Ibeshe, especially now that the road is like a runway?
Kudos to Governor Fashola for that road. People, you know, when you leave office in Nigeria, people hardly say kudos to you.
Oh, of course. We say that to
But
him
kudos,
every day.
kudos to him. When I moved to Ibeshe, it was a road with craters, not potholes. And I 8 armed robbers came to my house.
Wow.
2 babes. So babes when they do antete. 2 babes and 6 guys. And they killed my guard. They killed, I think, 3 of my dogs. And when I came out and saw the guard, I said I can never live here again. So I moved. I did also fear be Yoruba person. I did fear die. But I think living in Ibeshe was God's plan for me. Because people still live there that armed robbers have not attacked and all that.
You couldn't live with the trauma.
I could
We
not.
have to run off Benga. What's
let's
in the
run now.
future? What should we look out for the rest of the year and going forward?
This year, because of election, I have an annual comedy concert I do in Oyo State. I call it banking the unbankable. I believe that Lagos became too saturated, and we needed to take comedy outside
of
Lagos.
Lagos.
So we started doing what I call the Southwest tour. We've done Ibadan, Oshogbo. I have plans to do Abeokuta, do places where you won't get premium comedy. But because of election, we couldn't do it this year, Easter this year. I'm still toying with the idea of doing it in October, but my mind, honestly, my mind just tells me, guy, chill, do it next year. What are we expecting from me? I'm just going to keep being myself.
Thank you so very much, Benga,
My
for
love to
coming.
your beautiful wife of
And
22 years.
And the
Yes,
beautiful
let
children.
me just greet them before.
Greet them.
My wife is Abiola Adeyinka. She works with the Lagos State Ministry of Justice. She's I think, an assistant director.
You don't know, Seth.
Everything I go know.
Okay, we have to actually run off.
Okay, let me just. My son is being the second day. I love you guys. Thank you for always being there.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you, ladies. Co-hosts, starting from Monday, 6th of July, your view will be repeated by 9 p.m. Monday to Friday. Please watch a repeat of your view at 12 midnight tonight. You can also watch repeat episodes on YouTube by going to YouTube.com/TVC Entertainment. And all the episodes for this week are already on Google+. I spent time watching them yesterday. So you can also watch us on Google+. We've had a sensational time on the show today, and this week has been fantastic. Make sure to join us next week. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye for now.